Hello, Patriots. I'm Lee Watts, and this is Patriot Point, your source for Kentucky news and analysis from a conservative, Christian, and common sense point of view. Well, before we get to the news this week, I want to talk about the flooding that is going on in eastern Kentucky. A lot of people have been saying they want to do something to help our fellow Kentuckians. I've been in contact with some of my pastor friends who have churches over there, and they say the greatest needs are cleaning supplies, towels, pillows, soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, and razors and toilet paper. So if you would like to donate to help those people who've been the flood victims in eastern Kentucky, those are the items they say they directly need. If you would like to mail them to us, we will gather them all together, and then I will deliver them directly to some of the churches right there in eastern Kentucky where people are going to get help. If you would like to donate something, the address to mail those things to is P.O. Box 23114, Lexington, Kentucky 40523. And I appreciate all the people who have been contacting us saying that they really want to reach out. We have a very generous audience, and I appreciate you for that. Now, let's talk about some of the news that we've got going on this week, and this has to do with the Kentucky's governor election. In the last few weeks, we talked some about some of the Republican candidates that are seeking election. So this week, we're going to give some equal time to the Democrat. And of course, the Democrat is Andy Beshear, who is seeking re-election and might find that a little difficult. Let's look into some of his chances right now and what he is really trying to do to get re-elected. So things are not looking good for old Andy Pandy. First of all, back in 2019, when he got elected, it was elected with a whopping 0.3% margin. So less than 0.5%. And since the day that Andy took office, the Kentucky Republican Party has gained more than 126,000 registered voters. That is a lot of Kentuckians that have left the Democratic Party and have joined the Republican Party. And this is all since the day that Andy was inaugurated. So what seems to be the reason for this? Well, I'll give you one of the big reasons for this is how the Beshear administration has been just having a debacle in handling several topics, such as the employment issue. Right now in Kentucky, we have 180,000 job openings. Have you noticed everybody everywhere is hiring? There are reduced hours, there's reduced service because they can't get enough people to work. This is what is called workforce participation, when you have people participating in the workforce. Right now in Kentucky, according to a committee meeting that was held last week, an interim joint committee meeting before the state legislature, we have about 70 to 80,000 Kentuckians that are seeking work. Now think about this. We have 180,000 jobs, but we have only half of that many people actually wanting to find a job. This is the workforce participation deficit. Now, back during the Bevin administration, the ratio was about 1 to 1. You had about one person that was seeking a job for one job opening. But Andy Beshear has been promising what I call Beshear Bucks. Remember back during the pandemic, he was saying, just go ahead, quit your job, stay home. I'll give you some Beshear Bucks. And we had massive exodus from the workforce. And of course, that was a huge catastrophe because there were tens, if not hundreds of thousands of Kentuckians that were out of a job that were promised a check from Andy Beshear. And we still have thousands of them who even today have still received nothing. And he went and closed all but one unemployment office in the entire state after telling more than 100,000 Kentuckians, stay home, don't go to work. And then he's saying, oh yeah, we're going to increase the amount of time that you can get unemployment. We'll increase the amount, which has really caused and exacerbated this unemployment crisis that we are now going through. But he promised Beshear Bucks to all of the workers for not working. Little dose of socialism right there for you. Who else has he promised Beshear Bucks to? Well, he promised them to the teachers. Remember when he was running for governor the first time? He got up and made a big deal out of promising all the teachers that they will get a $2,000 a year raise. First of all, the governor's office has absolutely zero to do with how much that teachers are paid. So this is a promise that he made that he is incapable of fulfilling. He just completely empty promises. So let me ask all the teachers out there, did you get your $2,000 a year raise? What? Why, no, you didn't, did you? But Beshear Bucks were promised to the workers, Beshear Bucks were promised to the teachers, and none of them have actually seen any of it. Beshear Bucks were also promised to state employee retirees. Remember how he said, he's going to be taking care of the retired teachers' pensions and the state employees' retired pensions. Well, let's see how the Beshear Bucks worked out in that situation. According to a report that was in the Lexington Herald-Leader, this is a quote from the director of the Kentucky Retirement System, the executive director. He said that during Beshear's very first budget, he had underfunded the Kentucky Retirement System by $83 million that year alone. And it would be for every year of the Beshear administration, meaning that Andy Beshear, according to the executive director of the Kentucky Retirement System, is going to try to underfund the Kentucky retirement system by a total of $332 million during his administration. He promises Beshear Bucks to the workers and doesn't deliver. He promises Beshear Bucks to the teachers and he didn't deliver. He's promised Beshear Bucks to all of the state retirees and he doesn't deliver. So this is just something he is just, again, empty promises going around everywhere. And you'll notice one of the things I have seen Andy Beshear doing is he is now crossing the state with these big oversized game show checks. And he's saying, listen, here's Beshear Bucks for you. Here's Beshear Bucks for somebody else. Beshear Bucks for everybody. And you'll notice at the bottom, he's got his name signed on the check. Well, here's the problem. Anytime you get a check from the state, it's not signed by Andy Beshear. Do you know how many checks Andy Beshear signs? Close your eyes, what do you see? Nothing. He signs zero. Checks from the state of Kentucky are signed by the Kentucky State Treasurer. And we're going to be talking more about the treasurer's position and the massive influence that the Kentucky State Treasurer can have in preventing more lockdowns in the future and in saving pro-life, unborn babies' lives in Kentucky. It's an incredibly important position that is often not understood, and we're going to be giving a whole episode special attention to the power of the treasurer and the people who are running for that office in the very near future. You're going to want to make sure to watch that. So Andy Beshear, first of all, he's not the one giving away this money. He's not the one signing the checks. And by the way, he's not the one that's giving the money away. Any money that the state spends is because the state legislature has allocated money for that. It's just like when Andy Beshear wanted to cut the teachers' retirement system, that they didn't actually wind up cutting it. The state legislature, run by Republicans, by the way, decided that they were actually going to fund the teachers' pensions despite Andy Beshear's budget saying to underfund that by $83 million. So that's a little bit about his, his campaign strategy for re-election is just promise Beshear Bucks to everybody and anybody for anything that they want. He promised that last time. He didn't deliver to the workers, he didn't deliver to the teachers, and he didn't deliver to the retirees. But he's going to try the same promises this time. Let's not fall for it, Kentucky. So that's a little bit about what's going on with Beshear Bucks. Don't forget, if you would like to donate to help those who have been hurt in the floods over in eastern Kentucky, the different things they need, cleaning supplies, towels, pillows, soap, toothpaste, different toiletries like that, just mail it to me, Lee Watts, at the address P.O. Box 23114, Lexington, Kentucky 40523. And we will deliver these things directly to the churches which are serving as hubs for those who are in need. So until next week, I'm Lee Watts for Patriot Point, reminding you that liberty is not a spectator sport.